Well, man, it was a rough football weekend.
Oh my God. Shoot me now.
We struggled everywhere, everybody.
Guys, let's start with West Virginia because that was heartbreaking. Listen, we both predicted a loss in that game, but that was heartbreaking, and I did not expect it to be.
Yeah.
I was disgusted, and my stomach was sick after that game. Jesus.
Yeah. I had said that I would be happy if we just stayed competitive, but
I thought
um,
that.
that was a lie.
It was a lie. We should have won that game.
Uh,
Ugh.
yeah.
I
It
mean, where do
was
we even start with that crap? I'm going to start where Harry started last week. Jared Daggy, you ever pull some crap like that again? Swear to God, but we'll be saying that every game because Neil Brown won't pull you.
he was I don't know.
He's bad, Harry.
I was kind of mad at him at first, but then afterwards I blame him for that missed third down when the guy was in the end zone.
Wide
That
open.
one he missed, but he overthrew a guy that's like what 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
You were too
Wide
high.
open. It was a
And
layup.
that turned out to be huge
Yeah.
in the end because we were tied.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, and then the center, the fumble, or not the fumble, but the missed snap.
Yeah.
I don't know who to blame. On the replay, you can see he wasn't looking at it.
Yeah.
And then the center, I don't know, did the center snap it too early? Was Davey supposed to be looking? It's hard
Well,
to
some people say too, there's the trouble you run into when you're switching between quarterbacks because, maybe they got different snap counts between them or something. And that threw the center off. Is that Frazier? I don't know. I don't know whose fault it was, but like you said, Deggy wasn't looking.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just a very West Virginia thing to do at that time.
Extremely. How many times have we seen this story over the past decade?
Yeah, it was.
But that was worse than any blowout. I said last week, I just wanted him to be competitive on national TV. I was wrong. I wanted him to get blown out because I thought we were going to win, and that gutted me.
I think that's what made it worse. I think if we were just getting lucky and hanging around and ended up losing
because that's what I expected. When I said I wanted to be close, I was like, all right, West Virginia's got to get really lucky and stay in this game. But that's not what happened. What happened was West Virginia was the better team.
Yeah, and that makes it a lot worse because we gave that way more than they beat us.
In addition to the end zone play you brought up where Daggy missed him, there was about 3 or 4 of those plays at the end of the game where West Virginia could have won that game and blew it on terrible miscues.
Yeah, I mean, you can point to, 3 big ones that stand out to me are the false start. I think we were at the 2.
Yeah. Right before the snap.
The missed snap are the biggest ones that really, and that's regarding your offense being inept for most of the game.
Yeah.
But I think they were being more careful because they didn't want to turn it over, which was right. That's how you had to play it.
Yeah.
But just you can't have those mistakes. You gave it away. It's such a big game, such a big moment. A team you outplayed. It's not like you were staying in there and you had a chance to win. You outplayed. You should have won. Everybody says you should have won.
Yeah. And that's kind of the story about Daggy, though. I mean, he's the guy that makes the safe plays, that's there to manage the game, to not turn the ball over. But week in and week out, we see him do the opposite and make these stupid reads and overthrowing guys that are wide open and not checking down, missing wide open guys, taking the easy throw, turning the ball over, almost turning the ball. I mean, it's just bad after bad. Like, how do you vindicate this guy anymore?
I don't know. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, we played with the fourth ranked team in the country on the road. We outplayed them. We should still be happy." But man, there comes a point when moral victories just don't do it anymore. I'm tired of it.
As a West Virginia fan, all our victories are moral victories.
We've basically been, I think I read something like in the years we've been in the Big 12, I think we were exactly 500. Now we're a little less than 500 since that game. One game
feels like, West Virginia feels like a 500 team, and they've always
we were the 7th best record in that span among the teams there, which means we're a bottom half team.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
You gotta.
And then,
That's a game that changed the program. That's a huge game.
it is. And I mean, it's still, I guess if I'm being positive, from a Neil Brown standpoint, you look at it, he came in and he beat a highly ranked, I can't remember what Virginia Tech was ranked when we beat him.
15.
Was it 15?
15, at least one of the polls. I don't remember both.
So 15th ranked Virginia Tech, you come in, you should have beat number 4 Oklahoma, which we're going to talk about these rankings in a second because they're ridiculous. I don't know if they're any, I mean, other than Alabama. Do I think Oklahoma was the 4th ranked team in the country? No. Do I think they're 6 right now, which they are? No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, but after that, I guess if you're looking at it, you got to say, well, this is the right direction for Neil Brown. But man, too, you got to wonder, because I've seen a lot of fans saying Garrett Green, even me, who I've kind of been the guy this whole time saying, guys, listen, Garrett Green's a freshman. Daggy's been there. Even now, I'm off kind of the Daggy train. But, Neil Brown, he was the offensive coordinator at, I think, Texas Tech when Jarrett Daggy's older brother was quarterback there. He's known Daggy since he was like 7 years old. He knows the family. Daggy's not going anywhere this season.
Well,
he's there. I don't care what he does. He could shoot a referee at halftime with a gun and he'll be in the next game.
I don't know. I don't think playing Garrett Green the whole game would have been a good idea. Maybe you could have played him a little more, and I liked to see that he was getting more snaps, especially because there was a long period in the second. I mean, second half we didn't do much. We had a field goal.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. After that first drive, we kind of got away from what was working there for a while.
Extremely. I mean, the first drive of the game was fantastic. It was high-paced offense. The offense was doing quick plays. They were moving. They were throwing it out there. They kept the defense on their heels. They were switching it up when they brought Green in. The defense, I mean, you could tell they didn't know what to do.
Well,
and then after that, they slowed the pace down incredibly. And then,
do you think Neil Brown got scared when Garrett Green got stripped early in the game? We recovered it, but
he definitely did. You saw it after that.
That made him a little nervous, I think.
It did. But, and that's the thing too, even when they put Garrett Green in, as much as I like to see him, I was like, if Daggy's in a rhythm, quarterback is such a funny position. I don't know if I would risk throwing him out of his rhythm to get the other guy in there.
Yeah.
Like he was rolling at that point. If you see a really good opportunity, I mean, they scored on that drive too, which was great. And Garrett Green did a great job. That's not a knock on him. It's just, quarterback is such a fickle position. When they're in a rhythm, and I think we may have saw that on the miss snapped. You're switching it down in the red zone there at the end of the game, and he started switching it faster. And I might have thrown the rhythm out. So, that miss snap could be on Neil Brown more than anybody.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough to say. It was unfortunate. Yeah. I would have liked to see Garrett Green start the drive, maybe a little. I guess he played some in that first drive, but maybe around the 4th drive.
Well, it seems like what the game plan was, what they did on the first drive and continuous, is Daggy was playing in the defensive zone, and once they got past, I think, the 50, then Garrett Green took over for the offensive part of the drive.
I mean, we weren't passing the ball deep, so I think with Garrett Green, you had a lot more options to the offense. We were running the read option. The throwing probably wasn't there as much, but it could have been there. You didn't see him throw a lot.
Neil Brown's scared, just like he's scared. He got scared after that fumble. He's scared to let Garrett Green throw the ball.
Yeah.
Well, that was Oklahoma. This week you got with Texas Tech, right?
Yeah, and it's a game you should win.
So I think Texas Tech, if you're ever going to let Garrett Green throw the ball, this is the week to let him throw it a few plays. See what you got. Start building your trust.
Yeah, the offense. I mean, Texas Tech just got 70 hung on them by Texas. This should be a week where the offense should be able to move the ball and do well, and your defense should really thrive.
Mm-hmm. That was just a heartbreaker. God damn it. I really thought we were going to win that game.
I mean, if we win that game, the way the rest of the Big 12 was looked, I think there might be a lot of people expecting us to be in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the Big 12 had struggled. We would have been 3-1. I would have not expected that.
You win that game, and then the Maryland game is an instant outlier.
Yeah, I mean that's a huge program changing game.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me kind of the Louisville game back when the Pat White stuff started.
Yeah.
When you just have a game when no one expects you to win, you come out, you ride that momentum for the next few years. You got all these guys coming in. Erases a lot of questions because you do something that we haven't been able to do since we've been in the Big 12
Mhm.
with beating Oklahoma.
Not this
I mean,
year.
with that, it's a shame we're wasting that defense.
I know, and that's the thing. You think, okay, better things are coming in offense in the next few years, but damn, how long are we going to hold on to this defense? It's so good right now. You hate to waste it.
I know. We may say, I don't know. I guess last year's defense was really, really good, but
That's when it started last year. This year,
the secondary is playing a lot better than I expected before the season.
and they're young, I think, right? Most of the secondaries are. I know Dixon, I think, is a sophomore. What's Jared Bartlett? See,
Sophomore, I think.
so maybe we do have a few years with these guys still. And if they're good now, it's scary if they keep getting better, right?
Yeah, the linebackers have been playing really well.
Also, before we end our Oklahoma talk, let me give a shout out to the OU fans for giving it to their quarterback there. You guys tried your ass off to get in his head and give us that game, and I appreciate that as a West Virginia fan.